Now,
Okay. Could you give us a
no.
brief biographical account leading up to more recent international success with Slipknot?
Meaning,
Well, how Slipknot came about and, right up until how it is now for you.
well, we are a bunch of crazy motherfuckers from Des Moines who collectively were sick and tired of the way things were in our surrounding and our culture, so we decided to make our own genre of deviancy or whatever the hell we are. And here we are.
Did you have a musical background growing up? Were your family a musical influence? Did they support your choice of career?
Yeah, my mom and dad were always really supportive as long as I had a job. You know, they were my old man bought me sticks, cymbals. I mean, he always helped for the, you know, future for this, but they gave me the other skills along the way, Always support though. Art is in my head. There is no denying it.
And in your family, do they play instruments?
No one does anything. I think both my mom and dad are really, really creative. I just don't think they ever found an outlet. My mom draws and can write and has an awesome imagination. So does my dad. But I don't think just the generation they're in and the things that they had to do to make a life, for their worlds.
And were you always heavily involved in music during your school years? And what did you think of school?
I hated school. I always wanted to be outside, not inside. I didn't care for it, and I didn't do any school music because I knew that it would help me to be, cultured in it, but I wasn't interested enough in being cultured in it. I had my own vibration that I needed to get out, and they weren't teaching that at school.
Tell us generally about the upcoming live DVD. Any interesting features? And how did you find that show in London Docklands?
The show was all right. It was an awesome show. It was cool. It's always a good show with us. You know what I mean? We have our own expectations, obviously, which I don't really need to share with everyone. But it was a great show. 10,000 people, standing room only, no chairs, 29 cameras. The DVD is off the hook because you get the cues. You get, there's so many cameras that you get the cues. If you want to know how a song's being started or who starts it, or you want to study it for a little bit, just to kind of put the face on the riff, you know what I mean? Because that's really the beauty of film and audio, mixing the two together to make a different kind of liquid punch, so to speak. So 29 camera angles, everyone's covered. And it's awesome. And we designed it around no cheating, so what you see is what you get. It's all on time code, so it's right there and then. And basically, I'm kind of out of my mind with it, so I watched every potential aspect. We started with watching, you get to know the camera angles really well, and you get to know the ones that are first class, and then you got secondary and third, but I sat there and I watched an alternative for every fucking edit. And, I think we're just under 5,000 edits, if I remember right. And I was told that movies only do 2 or 3, but those are movies. You can spend a little more time. This is a fast-moving rock show. Boom, 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 9 guys. It moves really quick, but it was also designed around watching it 15 times. It's not supposed to be watched once and then have you just completely understand and never pick it up. We try to edit, and Phil and I in London, we try to edit to where there's movement in each edit that sort of violently moves into the next edit. And so when the next edit hits, something carries on the last movement. And it's just like we have a real painting behind it, and it would take forever to explain it. But I think the more and more people watch it, I think if they pay attention to the edits, how they move and how they're doing it, we try to really go different, I don't. Well, I threw a couple things out there, and the label, blah, 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 Monty fucking Connor, blah, 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 all this bullshit get in my head, so I haven't got a title yet. I'm gonna hold it out right to the end, and then I'm gonna say that's the title. Fuck off, get away from me, print it, see you later.
And what do you hope to achieve from this DVD release? I mean, where do you feel Slipknot will go from here in 2003?
I haven't really ran this by the guys or whatever, but I've always wanted to make. I feel personally, I feel that I have a rather large grip on a certain insanity behind what the band is doing to the world. I wouldn't sit around and say that, I could talk musically all the way about it or other, but I think I have a pretty good grip. I'd like to make a movie, I would like to take this time of doing the DVD. I learned so much from the actual authoring of the CD, to the actual menu pages, using Flash and Avid and Final Cut Pro for editing, and I'm just like kicking ass on all these programs and working with all these highly talented people. That it was kind of cool because all of them were a little standoffish in the beginning. No one wants to have their job dictated to them, but because of my character and who I am, I think I have a pretty good communication skill with understanding the word we. I mean, I live with 9 dudes, so I understand we. So I was able to make friends with all these creative people. And I'm the type of guy that, I'm not going to let the art suffer. So if my edit isn't as good as what he's thinking, I'm going to go with his thing on the color of it, just the way it feels to me. I don't need to just have my way. So getting back to the point, I want to take all these skills that I've been so honored to have. I mean, a lot of bands don't get the chance to, be in depth, but I'm pretty well in control of like the vision and the color and the smell of what it is. So I've had that chance. So I want to carry that on. Obviously, there'll be another DVD. I'm actually thinking about, we're thinking about actually releasing our own shit for all our behind the scenes and stuff like that. And I might really punk rock it. And me and like 2 or 3 other soldiers might just lock ourselves in the basement and make, because all our hidden footage stuff, like behind the scenes, like we have shit, people drinking urine and for money, and people get knocked out with stun guns that work for us. And, we got a lot of fucking crazy shit. And I really wouldn't want to do it in rock star fashion where it's like, set up for the punch. I'd want to do it almost like a culture. You know what I mean? Because those were all days of my lives, and it's all pain and sorrow and love and fuck and kill and all that. So I might start working on that, and I might think about Sundance with that and shit. Might think about really independently going out and doing some stuff, because it's bigger. The film and everything is just bigger than whatever. So,
It's going to be more than your average music DVD, that's for sure. I mean,
yeah, there's going to be, I don't want to give too much away. There's one concert. It's the full concert. We're not pulling any songs out. Both the solos are in there. It's mixed real well. And then what we did was we took out some of the dead air and put these interstitials in them, little things. But I don't want to go too much into it because I want it to be whatever. But obviously there's Easter eggs and there's all kinds of hidden shit and there's little things, But as the world should know, DVD is relatively brand new onto the world. So not only, someone like me being given the chance to work it, I couldn't do a lot of really what my head allowed me to because, one, I'm familiarizing myself with what I can and cannot do. And I've learned so much, So the next one will be 100 times better. But this one, I'm so proud of it. It's purely insane. I don't know if anyone's, I don't know if anyone in the band or I know myself, I'll never be able to watch it and like see it like a normal person will because I'm so attached to it. It's all chunks to me. It's like this chunk to that chunk, in front of this chunk, after that chunk. It takes 3 seconds for this chunk. It takes 8, you know what I mean? So I just hope everyone loves it as much as I do, just looking at it like, I look at it as a piece of canvas. I mean, it's really something I've worked on now for like 6 months, and it's huge, man. And when it comes, I'm hoping to, if some of the other guys are doing their solo shit and there's not whatever, I'm going to see who wants to go with me, and I want to maybe go take it to a few towns and actually talk about it. Maybe even get up on a mic and just fucking talk about it. I mean, it's an experience. I don't want to make it just a musical, here's the DVD, like U2 and, all these other bands that come out, we're just on the shelf like that. I don't want it like that because it's deeper. There's so much I can help you with deeper by just helping you go, hey, watch this and this and this, and then think about this when you're watching it, and then it'll help you understand a little bit more what the knot really is, because it's not just, it's not